everybody, this is Justin with zZounds, and as you heard, we got some beautiful stuff for this stream. We're going to be featuring the Boss GM-800 Guitar Synthesizer pedal, and this one was an absolute blast. There's about 1 million sounds you can do with this thing, so you guys heard just one piece of that on that little intro right there, but we're going to do a dive into this, and then later, hopefully we're going to have time to build a track live with this and showcase some of the sounds. So anyways, this is the Boss GM-800, like I said, and the cool part about it is I'm controlling it with my guitar and I'm accessing all of these sick sounds right here. So first off, you might be wondering, okay, what am I plugging into right now? So I got my Fender Strat. I believe this is an old Fender Professional. And so this is a special pickup that you have to use in order to connect and interface with the Boss GM-800. One of the benefits of this new guy right here is that they actually changed the pickup to this GK5, which is the newest pickup system here. And as you can see, I installed it underneath my strings right here. So it actually has a sensor, picks up each one of the 6 strings and is able to trigger all these sounds through that. Super easy to set up, took me probably less than a half hour, and everything was all wired up and calibrated, so super easy. If you guys are worried about setting it up, it's actually pretty simple. But anyways, this is the GK5. So got a stereo cable running out of this. This is the main draw right here. Used to have to use those old 13-pin MIDI cables and, you know, super specialized. So this is a massive upgrade. We got a stereo, just TRS cable that they use there that's getting our stereo sound to the to and from the Boss GM-800. So for those of you out there, though, that might be, not newbies to the guitar synthesizer game, and maybe have an old unit that ran the 13-pin MIDI cable. That's what I've got this guy over here for to showcase, is that Boss came out with this GKC AD converter box, which lets you plug your old 13-pin cables that you used to use into that and then run the output out of that with a normal TRS cable as well and do it the same way. So if you're using old cables, there you go. You got a cool converter box to use for that too. And as always, guys, we're doing this live, so I got the chat window pulled up right here. So please feel free to drop me a line if you have questions, or if you want to hear, any specific tones, just drop me a line. I can see the chat here. So let's get to it. We got the first tone. It was called Sitar and Friends, and I love all these names they have. But Sitar and Friends was the first one. It's this super lush kind of heavy reverb tone. We'll check it out. And you'll notice the tracking on this thing is pretty awesome. I could be ripping super fast lines and the tracking still usually keeps up. I just sometimes have this tendency to do all these slides on the guitar, and then it can sometimes sound a little funny when I'm doing slides, so I'm going to try my hardest to be idiomatic with this thing. But it's really awesome. There's so many great sounds. So let's go over the pedal layout first so you guys can understand a little bit more about how to use it, and then we'll just cycle through some tones because that's what we're all here for. We just want to hear this thing in action. So check out this screen we got here. This is going to be our main way we're going to be locating and adjusting tones. It has this jog wheel right here, which is just a selector knob. So this is going to cycle through all the tones. As you can see, you just got about, I believe it's got to be at least 150 presets, I believe, or 100, I'm sorry, with a bunch of extra preset slots that you can use to store your own. But the 100 that they have programmed in here is awesome, but this is the jog wheel right here that you're going to use to access them. So I'm just going to randomly pop into one and we'll see what we got. I got funky clav right here, so let's see. See what I mean about the slides? I'm constantly doing that, and you can't slide on a clav, but it's still pretty cool. All right, we got a really funny one to start with. So you can see the jog wheel, though, accesses. That's the point. That jog wheel accesses the different sounds. So anyways, moving on to the other knobs, we got our general output, our master output knob right here. That's just going to send your signal out. And this is a good time to talk about what you can plug in or use with this. So let's go to the talk about the back panel there. We got our GK input, which is what's going to be receiving the input from this pickup. So I'm just plugging in the cable right in there for the GK input. And it also has a GK output. If you'd like to connect and stack multiple GM800s, you can actually chain a bunch of them together, which is super cool. And then it's got a typical stereo output, left and right. It also has a computer output, USB, which is what I'm running. I'm running the computer output into my laptop here, and we're going to use that to record from. And it also has MIDI in and out as well. So if you want, you don't have to use the guitar for this. You could plug in a MIDI controller if you're a keyboardist and you want to access some of these sounds. You could just use a MIDI controller and play keyboard. That actually accesses a lot of easier functionality for some of these sounds. So don't sleep on this if you still want to get those tones, but you're maybe a keyboard player. So you're not really like you're not really at a loss there. It also has MIDI functionality too, so that's really handy if you want to program stuff and change tones. Anyways, let's keep going. So we got a typical set of menu options over here with these buttons on the right. An exit in case you're going through the menu and you want to just go back to the front, hit the exit. The right button is going to write different options for it and commit those to the slots. And we also have a menu button, which, as you can see, accesses the editing menu and a couple of the assignments for the controller that you're using and other things like that. So anyways, the page knob right here, you'll see it goes through and cycles through the further adjustments of each sound. So yeah, it's basically just for deep diving more into adjusting the tones. So anyways, I'm going to cycle back to the first window. Let's talk about these small wheels down here, these other jog wheels. These are handy for accessing these sub functions right there, and I promise I won't talk about these for too much longer. I know this is not the fun part, but these are accessing those sub menus right there, like what tempo you might have on like a delay would be right here. Tempo is 120. You can adjust that up and down, as you can see moving there with this knob. And there's functions like this, which is a tuner. So we were actually talking about this before the stream started, that I nearly almost forgot this thing had a tuner, but it's a really great one at that. So you can see me using it right now, checking my tuning, and looks like my 6th string wasn't very good. But yeah, anyways, that's the tuner. And then these will adjust things like shift and the output level. You can see you can adjust those output levels of each tone from these wheels, which is nice. It's just because some tones are so much louder than others. So if you want to do a master blend between those and like lower one or raise one, you can do that. So anyways, moving on. Usually I'd use this on the floor if I'm playing it. So these are nice for the angle here for like adjusting the slots up and down. You don't have to use the selector wheel. You could just use these up and down arrows and bam, that's how you can use your foot to adjust that stuff. So anyways, yeah, so we got other tones right here you can access with that. So anyways, boom, so you can cycle through with this. So yeah, the control knobs, those will adjust the parameters in certain settings that have control functions or other settings that are assigned to those buttons. Then that'll access those functions there with control 1 and 2. Okay, now got a little bit more, and again, like I promised, we'll be done with that. So the part buttons over here, I loved this. I think it's just laid out very intelligently and in my brain intuitively. So I loved this. The part buttons right here are there for you to be able to stack more than one part, or even double them up if you feel like it. But you have 4 different stackable parts that you can do per sound. So as you scroll through the presets, you'll notice that the parts, sometimes you'll have one that only has 2 parts, maybe one that has like this, 4 parts all stacked. So you have so much control of just doing quick edits to add tones and stack different tones together. And it's like, it's just really fun. Like I was doing like an electric piano and like a violin sound or something and had a lot of fun doing like weird combinations that are a little bit unusual. You could do that pretty easily with that. So let's take a look at it. Part 1, if you just press that button, now you see this menu come up. We got this tone right here, a saw sequence it looks like. So let me just press these part buttons off so you could just hear this one by itself. So check it out. Look, this is the saw again. That's what that tone sounds like. Now let's go to what part 2 had programmed. Part 2 had the attack, sign, pluck one. So see how it's super filtered? It's just like a background texture that they're adding in there. When you combine them together, part 1 and 2, then you get this sound. It's pretty cool, but check it out. Let's keep going. Let's go see what part 3 was. This is part 3 by itself. This is sequence square 1, it looks like. So just a square wave. So, cool. And then last but not least, we got part 4 here. That's sequence 3. So see how they all have slightly different characters to them? When you stack them, that's when you get that whole full preset tone then. So again, if I exit out of that, this is what that preset synth pledge sounds like, all of them together. So, now that you guys are starting to understand how the part buttons work, you can endlessly create with those. So, you know, bam, you can go to part 1 and go, let's change part 1. I don't like part 1. I want something different on there. Okay, cool. Look, part 1, you got all these other options. So I can go tone select, and I could actually click these. These are clickable. So you can click that, and boom, we got this menu right here of all of the tones that this thing has. And then you can scroll through and cycle through like this. See, you can cycle through and just be like, okay, cool. Let's do a sax sound, sure. And then over on these knobs, you can select what type of sax over here on the right. Okay, I don't know. I'm just doing it at random. Let's do the an alto sax right there. Let's just commit to that. So I just click that, and now part 1 has an alto sax on it. So you'll notice, because there's 4 tones stacked, sometimes you might not notice a big difference until you adjust them. But you can see it's really that easy. You just go, boom, part 2. Okay, I want to change part 2. Hit tone select, go to whatever one you want, commit to it, and then now it's on that. So, oh yeah, this is the stream sound, which is like water. I thought this was just so funny and cool. Check it out. I can mess around with that, doing some stuff. So yeah, really funny. Especially with a lead tone, you could just lower the volume really low, bury that in there, and get this really cool warble with the synth sounds on here. Super fun. See, you guys can already tell I'm getting a little bit excited about kind of the possibilities that I can do with this thing. Got a comment though. Hi, is it really better than GR55? Yeah, I think so. I think that the fidelity of the sounds are much better. The tracking with the pickup system with the GK5, much better. And the interface is easier and smaller. We were talking about how much smaller these are than the old ones. And the menu functionality is better. So I think in pretty much every way, the GR50, it's better than the GR55. And I just like the sounds better. I think they're more fun. Not to knock the GR55 at all. I just think that this one is an improvement. If you ask me, in design and sound. So yeah, I hope that answers your question there. Feel free, you guys, to just keep throwing them at me if you want any other questions answered. So let's go through and find some other tones. Again, like I said, this is what we're here for. So I had such a fun time with, I think it was over here. It was one of these leads, the soft lead. Oh, I just got such a kick out of this one. So yeah, super softly. I loved it. I was like having so much fun at home messing with that one. So yeah, you can do all your shredding and or just get your pretty leads in there, you know. So you guys notice it's pretty responsive to vibrato and stuff like that too. So. And a lot of these are dynamic sensitive, so yeah, if you pick really soft, you'll get a normal, like kind of dry synth tone, but if I pick hard, so when it opens up filter parameters, you get more filtered tones. So it feels very musical to play. Can you play some more piano sounds? Absolutely, I can. Yeah, actually, I believe the first slot has a really great piano sound. Check it out. If this is the sweep strings, but I believe if you go to the first slot. Or no, actually, I lied. If I just try to build my own tone, the first one is just a stock acoustic piano, the number 1 sound. You can hear the acoustic piano in action here. Which is really fun, yeah. But again, like I said, I'm always sliding on the guitar, so it kind of sounds funny if I with piano sounds, so I try to avoid that, but check it out. So yeah, for all you guys who wanna out there who wanna access piano sounds when you're just a guitar player, and you can do that with this. So what was it? I'm having fun over here. But anyway, so that's the acoustic piano sound. So Ron, hopefully that I'll probably give you a couple more run-throughs of just the piano tones on here. But yeah, that's the stock dry acoustic piano with no modifications. If that gives you just a general idea of the piano tones, you can really do a lot more if you're careful with your picking than I'm doing right now. But check it out. I'll try to play more idiomatically to the piano. It's a little more classical than I was intending, but you get the point. So cool. So anyways, that's the acoustic piano. So feel free guys to shout out if you want to hear other sounds. But let's keep cycling through. I find there's a lot of exploration in some of these presets there. Like check it out. There is a electric piano right here, and this is kind of like an old school, like a 80s kind of like electric piano sound, 70s, 80s. I was really finding these to be pretty lush, so reminds me of like 90s video games or something, you know? So anyways, yeah, there's also another electric piano that I believe is further up. That should just be a more stock electric piano, if I can find that. And that one is also really good. You know what? I'm not finding it. I'll probably cycle through and find it later. But anyways, there's a variety of electric pianos. There's maybe 10 or 20 different ones you could pick from. So I'll show you guys those in a little bit. Just in the essence of time, though, I'm going to keep moving. So I got the pad picked now. I wanted to go through some pad sounds because I found a lot of versatility in using the pads in this, like, you know, a tone maybe like this. And this one's kind of grimy, but like, you can get some really like fun tones with it. And so here, hold on, let me exit out. Actually, you know what? I believe I am stuck on that one tone. Hold on, guys. There we go. Okay, let me go back to that pad sound. A little stuck for a little second. There we go. That's what I was looking for before. Here we go. You love it. Super fun to do a bunch of pad stuff. So I exploited that when I was recording this week, finding some, you know, really lush background tones for some tracks I was trying to put together. So you see, yeah, it's like you can do some really fun stuff. Anyways, guys, let's keep going. There's so much to do. I'm going to get so carried away by some of these specific short tones that I could probably do this all day. So there's this 80s brass synth sound here. Let's try that, guys. I like this one. If you want maximum cheese on this one, I love this stuff. So you can do all those stab kind of stuff, you know. Yeah, they don't call it 80s brass synth for nothing. That's super 80s keyboard brass. You know, all right, guys, let's keep going. I teased that other trance one before. Let's go to this one. There's much more sounds that you can do that are rhythmically oriented because I did not go over this last button here for a reason. This is the R button. It's going to access your rhythms there. So there are drum sounds that you can do on it. And I find that since there's so many drum sounds to do, I was kind of piecemealing them when I recorded, basically choosing like a kick sound and then a snare sound and a hi-hat and recording them separately. That made more sense to me because it's not so easy on the guitar to like play like a drum groove, so I'm not going to showcase that right now. It's just really, really awesome to have that function there so you can build your own grooves and, you know, record with some like old like 808 tones, for instance, and stuff. So it's super fun. But some of the presets have grooves programmed into them like this one. And the fun part is they're programmed on the bottom two strings of the guitar. So if I hit the bottom two strings, that's the rhythm and the bass line, and the top four strings are the chords, and you can kind of like, you know, have fun exploiting that. So check it out. Look, here's the top four strings. Right, so that's like our trance sound there. So I'll mess around with the kind of trance stuff. All right, now same spot, bottom two strings. Here's the rhythm. So it's got these funny programmed grooves you can do, and the tempo knob will adjust what's your tempo. So if you want it to be a little faster, you can just adjust the tempo knob right here, and so you get the point. And so let me just mess around with something right now. So yeah, you get the point. It's kind of fun. So yeah, you can mess around with the parked buttons as we said before, and then you're off to the races. You can change the tone however you want. But these are just the presets, guys. I only messed with one sound so far, so you can see there's a lot to work with. Little bell sounds, you know. Oh man, that's straight like. So yeah, you see, first thing I thought it was that. So cool bell sounds. And then yeah, harps. Love that stuff too. I was having so much fun with this. I'll do one more and then we'll get to some recording. But I'm just gonna nerd out on some of these tones right now. So check it out. See, beautiful, beautiful. Making impromptu sonatas over here on this harp sound. That's how inspiring it is. So it's just so, it's actually really a really great harp sound if I do say so. Some of them are just absolutely nailing it. So I got lost in my practice room for a long time with that one. So touch sensitive, so responsive. Like you can see, like it really does play musically. It's if you are precise with your picking and you're a good player, it will reward you with that. So like of course, but it's really awesome and sensitive. And because we got stereo here, we can get a lot of spatial effects. Anyways, guys, love it. I absolutely love this thing. So you got pads, you got synth sounds, brass sounds, saxophones in there, flutes, all sorts of good stuff, grooves. So anyways, I'll do one more thing, then we'll go check out, we'll try to jam on something and do a quick recording. So I pressed the R button. Here's our kit. This is our standard kit we got lined up here. Now my guitar is acting as, it's going to start acting as the, now it's on, it's going to start acting as a drum kit. So like I'll turn off the other parts. Now I'm on the drum kit. So check it out. Got them all lined up just like it would be if you're on a keyboard. That's why I said keyboard would make more sense maybe if you're doing drum stuff, but yeah. If you could find the spots on the guitar, right? You got like a million sounds that are on each of the frets. I know it's kind of silly to watch me do this, but you got all these sounds there. So I think I was kind of like finding like finding different sounds on the kit and being like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna like mess around with this and record that. Then when I'm finished recording that, I'll find a kick drum and record that, So anyways, yeah. So yeah, there's like a hi-hat right here. Closed hi-hat, open hi-hat. Cracking myself over here. All right, so it somehow turned into a swing thing for some reason. So cymbals, toms, there's like a conga. I love it. So here's the, if you go to the tone though, you'll notice that there is usually like an octave select on that. Watch, if you go back to the kit, I should be able to modify the tone. So look, check it out. Standard kit, I want to modify the tone. I'm going to swing over to the tone modify. Oops, not that. There we go, the tone modify. And then you could do like EQ changes and other modifications like that. You can add different effects if possible, the multi-effects, MFX. But yeah, there's like a lot of stuff you could do here. So if you adjust the tune and the octave of some of these, you can like find the part for the drum kit that like you couldn't find before. Be like, oh, I need a kick drum. Drop the octave down to like an octave lower, and the kick drum is probably going to be somewhere in that lower register of your instrument there, versus all these cymbals and things you're hearing right now. So if you guys want to see what I mean, check it out. There's I got my computer session pulled up right here, and I just like tossed something together, so don't expect true greatness from this groove, but it'll give you an idea of what you can do once you're actually piecemealing individual sounds together. You could make kind of drum patterns and things like that. So I was playing these as audio tracks. I was not using MIDI on any of this. So bear in mind that this is going to be probably not the most quantized groove you've ever heard, but check it out. I'll show you guys this little session I got pulled up, and right now you can see my stack of tracks. I have them labeled over here on the left. So we got my kick drum at the bottom. Let's check it out. I'll just isolate this and you guys can kind of hear what this kick drum sounds like. So here, hold on a second. Are we getting that out there, guys? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, let me see. Hold on, guys. Let me double check I'm hooked up here, right? Yeah, I guess I got the... interesting, guys. Yeah, weird. Okay, we should be able to hear it right now. That's okay, though. Worst case scenario, if we can't do that, I'll just keep... Oh, I'm getting that. Weird, my kick disappeared. This is just a straight mystery. I don't know why my kick was there, but check it out. Here's my snare. We'll skip that for now, and maybe I'll add a kick in for you guys. But check it out. So here's a snare. And I just recorded this from one of the tones that I found there. And then as you can see, it's just some like stock kind of old school drum machine sounding snare. And then we had a hi-hat that was in here. So check it out. So, oh, so bizarre. Now my hi-hat's missing. It just really, my computer just only wants to show you guys my snare apparently. So very strange. Let's see what we can get. Okay, wow, weird. It's got my ride. Looks like it hates my hi-hat and my snare apparently. So check it out. Here's a ride pattern. Just like kind of like some swingy kind of thing that I was actually just playing on my guitar. It's actually just literally like, you know, like playing it like that, which is kind of fun. But check it out. Here's the snare. So we get kind of a groove going like that. Let's just keep that for right now. All right, and let me show you guys some sounds over that. Why not? We'll just start diving in. So I got a couple channels open here. Let's just go to a lead sound. We'll add in a like one of our other tones. Let's go to, how about this? We'll go do a pad first. So let's go to the, oh yeah, the flute ensemble was kind of fun. Let's hear that one. We'll do that later. How about this? Piano symphony. Everybody loves a piano symphony tone. Nah, guys, I lied. I want that romantic pad. Let's bring some romance into the stream. I want that the soupy one. So here, hold on, let's go back. All right, cool. Now I'm going to try to record some of that over this. Let's just see how this goes. And we'll see, we'll have our loop set here. Let's just give a track over it. We'll do a little 8-bar loop, guys, so. All right, cool. So I'll just loop that. All right, cool. Now let's go to another sound. I pulled up that soft lead I was telling you guys about before. Sounds kind of fun. Let's go try to shift it a little bit. Hold on. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's hear how it sounds over that. We'll see if we'll keep it. Actually, you know what? I lied. Let me pull that pad down. Yeah, bear with me, guys. We're doing this live, so just pull that pad down pretty low. And then we'll keep our track up. Let's do this. So you can kind of hear me just kind of messing around in real time on that. So that was kind of funny. I thought that pad was like a very dramatic thing to add in there. Let's go swap that out. How about we just have fun and do something else? All right, so I got a different track dialed up. Let's add one more different pad in there. So I'm going to cycle through and do something a little bit juicier. What if we did something like this? This Requiem pad. Uh-oh, I'm still getting the same sound. That is so weird. Hold on, guys. Oh, I must be doing something silly right now, like didn't close a menu before. Hold on. This is a mystery to me. I think we should be good. There we go. Weird. I don't know why just hitting the menu button changed it, but must have been my silly mistake. All right, cool. Let's go back to that Requiem pad. That's fun. You guys got any requests? You guys got a number you're thinking of? Shout it out here if you wanna have me just randomly pick a preset pad. So fun. Okay, cool. Let's fire up something like that, but not to be all over the place right here. I actually remembered I recorded a little bass part here earlier. Check it out. This was just something I was messing around with. It was one of the it was tone 13. So it's this right here. The synth pledge. It was this kind of tone. Check it out. Let me lower the track volume a little bit. So oh, of course that's the one that won't play right now for me. Classic, guys. Thanks for bearing with me on all these weird Logic mishaps right now. Got my track armed right now. I have no idea why it's not working. All right, so scratch that idea, guys. We're gonna forget that bass part even exists. So we're gonna just do a different part. How about we just do the synth pledge part right now? That's that tone. I'll just record a part right now. So check it out. Let's do it. And I think we should be good. All right, here. Let's zoom in on that. And let's just adjust that first note. And we should be good. All right, here. I'll just pull this one over because it'll drive me nuts if that first note isn't on. Okay, cool. Wow, that was a really sloppy record, but you guys get the point. All right, let's do one more tone. Let's do one lead, and then I'll just show you guys some more like lead tones with this. But yeah, seriously, guys, if you guys got any questions, just let me know. We're really just doing this live so we can kind of explore this thing. I like that sound. We'll mess around with that. So check it out. We'll arm one of our other tracks. And here we go. All right, let's see what we get. kind of fun. They're just little epic slow string parts. So. Alright, cool. So, yeah, guys, thanks for bearing with me out there while we had some weird logic technical difficulties where they just wouldn't play my tracks there. So, doing it live. Alright, guys. If you guys got any requests out there, I know I'm running a little long right now, so I might actually just take this last opportunity to just play maybe 1 or 2 more tones. So if you got any requests right there, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just gonna give the old live spin there of the presets like I always love to do, and just see what this thing can offer us. We got classic electric piano again. I still think, yeah, that underwater one there. And then here, let's keep going. Hear some of those effects there. Some Herbie Hancock. Yeah. Oh, wait. That does sound like Herbie Hancock. Here, hold on. Let me pull it out. Let's see what the Fallout one sounds like. It's another electric piano. Oh man, nice. There's a groove on that one. So yeah, like I was saying, if you're a guitar player out there, you want to record some tracks there, you can always do your typical guitar tricks and get them to sound like an actual really skilled, keyboard player. Oh, thanks. I appreciate the comment. Yeah, it is epic. And yeah, I appreciate you digging my playing here. Trying to play almost like, idiomatically like a keyboard player would. So you get all that percussive stuff. And there you go. Yeah, occasionally I'll slip because I'm such a guitar player. Like I said, I'll do a slide and then it'll do that silly sound on there. So yeah, it's fun though. But yeah, I appreciate the comment there. Guys, let's do like a couple more tones. I want to get to these upper ones like this. Let's see what this angelic organ is. Oh yeah, organ with a choir in the background. We were messing around with that sound check in this thing. Yeah, it's actually got a pretty awesome organ lower on the dial there. Super great. Get your shred on. Love it though. All right, cool. Staccato strings. This one was interesting. You can call this one the car insurance commercial, or a new drug trial that they're doing. They'll have this in the background. All right, so we got the staccato strings there. That was kind of fun. But guys, got so much to do. I'm probably running super long. I have actually no idea what time I'm even at now. 1:35 or so. All right, cool. I'm going to wrap it up for you guys. So let's do one more final tone. 1:45. Oh yeah, we're running real long on this one. All right, cool. See, this is just too fun, guys. There's just too much to do. The Jazz Vibe Trio. Oh, you see what I mean? The drum sound tied in with the vibraphone. Do some take 5 in here. was very fun. Do you get more latency in some patches than others? I wouldn't really say so. No, generally speaking, if there is any, it might have been when I was like recording to my computer, and that would just be a computer problem more so than this thing at that point. But no, I don't think that there's more latency on some patches versus others. I think it's pretty uniform there, and does track really well, and I have no issues with it, especially going direct in and running this out to mixers or amplifiers. Absolutely no latency whatsoever. Right, it does. Yeah, it does track really well. And most of the time, if there's mistakes that you hear in weird tracking, it's because I might have slipped a note or touched another string with my finger, and that's why it kind of glitches a little bit. It's mostly an error on my part. So if you play really clean, you can get really good sounds. I'm having a really fun time doing that. All right, cool. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up, though, like I promised here. So this is probably our longest stream yet. That's a testament to just how much fun stuff is in this unit, the Boss GM-800 and the Boss GK5 pickup. Super great. Thanks for bearing with me with our technical difficulties with Logic earlier, but this is a monster for recording as well. It's also great for live, running into mixers, PAs, really anything. It opens up the entire world of tons of other instruments at your fingertips if you're a guitar player. I absolutely love it. It's easy to set up. Please go check this thing out. It's really great. It improves so much on the technology for guitar synth pedals. So do check it out. It is on our website. So yes, the Boss GM-800, everybody. So hope you enjoyed this stream. And once again, thanks for the long haul for all you guys that stuck it out for almost an hour with me here. So once again, I'm Justin with zZounds, and I will see you guys on the next episode of zZounds Live in the future. So thanks for tuning in.